Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Resident Roleplay. This is a show where a group of friends and I get together and play a homebrewed tabletop RPG set in the world of Resident Evil. I'm your host and GM, and welcome everyone. Well, the two of yous.
This is... There's not a lot of everyone.
Yeah, so, it's looking like Mel's going to be arriving late. He's got some school stuff he's been busy with last week and this week. And Lisa was with us until we just started the intro here. So we don't know where she's gone. Her internet must have crashed or something, which is an occurrence we have to put up with sometimes. I don't know how she has such unreliable internet, but nonetheless. I don't know if I have ever had so much internet trouble as she has had.
It's pretty bad, her internet connectivity issues.
Yeah. Alright, well, at least we got Mr. G and Kev to begin with. So, I suppose we'll just get right into things and see where this goes.
Yeah.
Alright, so
let us see.
So previously, on Resident Roleplay, after some intense encounters throughout Tokyo, you made your way to the Oshiro Manor, where a T. Veronica virus sample was rumored to be. Entering the mansion, as per your arrangement, you met with Hiroki Oshiro and toured his public collection, which included some pretty exotic and rare objects, including the fabled Muramasa rifle. And Mr. G took particular interest in the seeming warfare theme that connected many of the displays. However, when inquiring into the virus, Oshiro denied having any possession of it. And soon after, his security chief, who you later discovered was named John Harding, whispered something to him, and the guards proceeded to escort you off of the grounds. But before they got you all the way out, all of the guards were called back down into the basement, where you soon heard gunfire coming from. So rushing downstairs and heading past the disabled security traps, you came to a now open vault, which housed a comatose girl lying in a bed. This you found to be Hisako Oshiro, who is Hiroki's daughter. And what remained of Scorpion's team was inside the room, attempting to steal the T. Veronica virus from her veins. And at this point, Oshiro's security had besieged the room, but could not take any action while Hisako was being held hostage. But y'all managed to subtly throw a flash grenade inside, and you stunned both of the agents and proceeded to enter and take them down in an instant. You kept one of them alive for interrogation, and Mr. G used him to bait the snipers and call them in, who you'd noticed keeping watch outside. And when the two snipers arrived, they were suspicious, but Mr. G ultimately approached them with an offer that they couldn't refuse. So, that's sort of where we left off. It is now in the wee morning hours in Tokyo. You are at the top of this hill where the mansion is set, and you seem to have diffused the situation with the remaining agents. So, last we left off, I guess immediately Mr. G was in the middle of conversation with those agents, and you sort of got them onto their side. So if there's no further dialogue you want to have there, then we could just sort of fast forward a bit.
Really quick, what was the chief of security's name? Was John something?
John Harding.
Harding. Okay. All right. No, I just want to. I just need to get some. What do you call it? Contact information from the three. Was it three? Scorpion stooges that are left.
Yeah. So that's what I was gonna kind of fast forward to. Was I'm assuming you set up some sort of later meeting point for them in order to get
I basically
further information.
Basically, Mr. G just rifles through his gear and pulls out a small SIM card, and just says, "I'll call you when I need you."
Okay, and with that, if you're going to let them go, they'll kind of skedaddle with their lives and expect your call.
Yeah, and of course I would have gotten their. I would have just set up a way to transfer funds to them. It's just like money will appear in your bank accounts. Don't you worry, it'll just be there.
Yeah,
I probably don't even ask them for their account. It's like you'll expect a large cash infusion at sometime in the near future. I'll find out.
You'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah. All right. Let me actually get some papers out here. So
Sarah's back, by the way. Lisa's here.
Oh, sweet. Lisa's
I don't know
here.
about Discord yet, though.
All right. Well,
not in chat, voice chat yet, but
sorry, just arranging some stuff here. Okay, so you make that arrangement with them, and with that, you let them depart. And as the time goes on, and at this point I'm assuming the party's all getting back together, last you saw Setsuko and Kevin, you'd called them both inside towards the end of the situation so that the snipers, they wouldn't react to the snipers approaching the doors. So they were kind of brought in and sort of hid away in a gallery, but at this point everyone can sort of regroup and catch up.
Let them know what all happened. Does Kevin know what happened, or do I have to actually recount some stuff?
Kevin just approaches. He looks around the area and he sees the mess caused by the scuffle, and he just folds his arm, looks around, and says, "Well, what did I miss?"
And you see, as you look around, Kevin, there's just like little puddles of blood in a couple of corners of the otherwise elegant sort of foyer area of the manor. And the bodies, the guards.
There's like streaks.
Yeah, there's streaks where the guards were getting like dragged across the floor after they took some injuries. Which I'm not sure if I explained this last time, but that one guard who was tending to some of the injured actually rolled a nat 20 on his medical check to stabilize that one guy, so that's why he was doing such a good job.
Nice.
But yeah,
in 5 minutes, that guy comes back with 1 HP.
So yeah, the place looks a bit of a mess.
Kevin just nods. Yeah, sounds about right.
He's like, yeah, apparently... Oh, what was his name? The guy who tried to take over.
Oh, Olsen?
Olsen's like, apparently this, showing the basement. I'm going down to the basement, by the way, to retrieve the body as well. But along the way, just like lifting up this body with half a head. It's like, apparently this boy, Olsen here, thought he could take over for Scorpion.
And yeah, you kind of grab him when you head down into the basement. A couple of Oshiro's guards are like dragging his body out, and you like just grab him by the head as they're walking by, and then you say you're gonna search them while you have them.
Yeah, I need to. I'm trying. Oh, actually, before the others left, I forgot to. There's one thing I needed to get just in case they had anything. I wanted to get everything that Scorpion had on her when they left.
Yeah. So the only
just
thing
before those three would have left, just like anything you took from Scorpion, I need it. Then you're free to go.
Yeah. So the only thing that they would have had, actually, only Olsen had stuff from Scorpion. Yeah. So they direct you back to his body, but yeah, you just find that sort of triggering device that she had on his person. And searching the rest of Olsen's body, you find, of course, his gear and whatnot. You've got an MP5, an M9 sidearm, a combat knife, but he also has the stuff he took off of Scorpion. He has that triggering device, and he also has her hookshot, which he never got to use.
I'm taking that hookshot, which I had the MP5 in my inventory before, but I'm going to leave that open to anybody if they want it. So there's the MP5 and an M9, you said?
Yeah, and an M9 handgun.
M9. So triggering device, MP5, M9. I have hookshot and her gear.
Yep.
Okay. So there's an MP5 and M9 available if anybody needs some weapons. Otherwise, we can just hoard it.
Yeah.
I have all the weapons I need for the moment.
And his guards are probably, if nobody takes them, his guards are just gonna, just carry those off someplace else and sort of secure them. But as this has all been going on and all that, all those arrangements were being made with the other agents, Harding would have escorted Hiroki Oshiro down to see his daughter, and so he's in the room down in the vault in the basement now. And guards are kind of going to and fro. Others have been sort of taken off site, like they had or rather the family doctor that they said they were going to call has actually come in at this point, and he tended to some of the injured, and he's kind of set up shop in the basement area as well, and is primarily tending to Hisako, though. He goes down there first. For the rest, they just sort of call in an ambulance and get them over to the nearest hospital. And you see there, you would have seen as that was all going on, there were a couple who were just there was the couple injured that you'd seen, but there was also a couple that you didn't run into who seemed to be straight up killed.
Where were they killed? Oh, in the guest house.
Yeah, they would have been in the guest house.
Yeah, because I remember they said that the security guards there were killed. They were watching surveillance, at least.
Yep. So yeah, their private doctor is in the vault room and is tending to Hisako, and you see Hiroki is close by the bedside and just watching it all happen as the doctor is stabilizing her and kind of getting all her stuff under control.
Disposing of the body. How are we going about disposing of the dead?
Well, I suppose they probably would have been and it's a bit of a scene, so there was quite a few emergency vehicles that had to come out. They probably would have sent him back with once you searched him, back with the injured and the dead with the ambulance. So
it's gonna be an interesting story that they're gonna have to make up for that one.
Well, they don't really need that much of a cover story. It's just they just tell how it is. Somebody broke in trying to steal the valuable collection items that are at that manor.
I guess that's true. You don't have to mention what they are going after.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just they mentioned that, and the local authorities, they just they completely understand, right? They're because he's a pretty public figure, Oshiro, so they're yep, it's gonna happen sooner or later.
Yep.
We expected this.
And it's just it's just God, terrorists tried to steal my collection.
Yeah, a bunch of heisters.
Worth a lot of money. A lot of money. Yeah, understandable. Was anything taken? No, of course not.
Yeah, get a commendation for a security team. Red Oracle does well. I forgot to mention that in the previously. So you guys did encounter the chief of security, who seems to be a mercenary with Red Oracle Solutions, which rang a bell for some of you. But yeah, so the doctor is tending to Hisako, and yeah.
Well, as their I guess what do you call that? The emergency vehicles are taking away some of the dead, and they're black bagging poor old Olsen. G's just standing there, arms crossed, watching him go away, and just turns to Asako and it's "You're welcome, by the way."
Oh, for Hiroki?
Or Hiroki, yeah.
Yeah. So
Shiro. I keep saying Osaka. Why do I keep saying that?
But he's just yes. John Harding informed me of what you did. I am in your debt.
Yeah, I thought those guys were coming after us. Turns out, if they were smart, they would have. I overestimated them.
Yes, I do not know how word got out of, well, it seems not my daughter, but at least what runs in her veins. Sadly, it seems that is more precious than life to some.
There's an amazing arms race going on right now, Mr. Look it up. Oh. Mr. Oshiro, that you unfortunately find yourself in the middle of.
Do you think I will continue to be a target of such people?
Well, as long as your daughter is a carrier of a weapon of mass destruction, you'll always be a target.
And he kind of looks to you and he's just like, if you were able to find out such things, then many others may.
I'm afraid in this day and age, what you own, or what you have in your possession, is, like you said, it's worth more than life to some.
Now, you have already done so much to help me on this night, more than I can ever repay. And I do seek to reward you for your efforts, but if I may ask one further favor. I only wish that, if you may, if you can, use your resources to help dispel perhaps some of the rumors that you may have heard.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about, rumors I may have heard, but last I checked, the Manifold got away with the last vial of your T. Veronica virus. If anybody's going to want that virus, it's in their hands now.
Wait, because the Manifold didn't get away with any T. Veronica virus.
I know.
Alright, so you just...
Last I heard, the Manifold's got it.
I was like, make a deception check.
That little stunt that they pulled at your house, they lost a few, but an overwhelming wave of mercenaries. They got away with it. Took your vial.
Oh, I see. You clever bastard.
I'm just gonna call this cover story.
Oh, so hello everyone.
And hello.
12.
Hi, Mel.
Mel's here.
Hello, Mel. And
12 is the lowest I could possibly roll on deception without critically failing.
so he kind of looks you over. He's just like, that's strange. I didn't believe
First
we
draft.
had any vials left. All that remains is within Hisako's blood.
So you had some vials then?
You would have to ask the doctor about all the fine details of the procedure, but Hisako, she has a condition, a fatal one, and, well, without the virus, she would be well on her way to death.
Yes. Well, I'm going to have to speak with that doctor in order to get this story straight. If this is something that I'm going to want to get circulating, I'm going to need all the right details, because improvisation is not too good.
And and he would.
But I will speak to you later.
Yeah, and he would actually, as this is going on, like once the doctor has stabilized Hisako and make sure everything's under control, Hiroki would actually, he speaks to him in Japanese and seems to order him to tend to your party and any injuries you guys might have.
Was anybody injured? We kind of killed them real quick.
I mean, I'm still low on. I'm still low on health.
Right, because the last fight, not this one, right?
Yeah.
The U3 fight.
Yeah, she's still a little battered from that and just like looking a little worse for wear.
Like I'm imagining like her outside, like her outfit, she changed and is all like nice and prettied up, but there's like a drip of blood coming out from like her under her sleeve.
Yeah, she's got like a little bit of like dry blood along her.
Yeah.
No, that was nasty.
Yeah.
Phew.
Oh.
Well, I mean, like this doctor, you know, he kind of attends to you guys and starts like checking you guys out, and he seems to just like he mutters something in Japanese back to Hiroki, and Oshiro just turns to you guys. He's like, "The doctor says you seem to be quite unfit right now, not operating at your best capacity."
I'm a little bruised.
Just let a flesh wound.
Yeah, and the doctor says a few more things in Japanese, and Hoshiro translates. He's just like, well, the doctor is going to has some natural remedies that he's going to recommend to you, as well as some lifestyle adjustment. And the doctor seems to pull out a couple of like herbal mixtures. So the doctor actually has 2 green-yellow mixes that he can use on any 2 people in the party.
Oh snap!
Oh yeah.
Oh, by the way,
Dibs.
I think it's been like 10 episodes now.
Yeah.
Maybe even more.
Yeah, so Mr. G has been leveled up for more than a month at this point in real time.
Yeah.
So just Mr. G just like taking first dibs.
I'm gonna have to, but although I think Sarah had mine.
Yeah, Sarah.
I have
Sarah,
one, yes.
Sarah
Yeah.
has.
A yellow, but without a green. Or no, she did mix them.
No, I mixed the green and the
Yeah.
yellow.
Well, I think she has.
So technically there's
I think she
3.
has 2 yellows, doesn't she?
No, just one.
I only remember the one.
Okay.
Hold on, so there's supposed to be 4?
Wait, no.
Did everybody level up?
No. Sarah. Wait. Trying to remember, because Mr. G found one when he was traveling abroad, and then that you never mixed with anything. Do you still have that one on you?
So I have one? No.
Or did you give that to
I
Sarah?
never.
Oh no.
Well, like I said, it wasn't in my character sheet, so I think it disappeared. So I must have. If I have one,
Yeah. So if you haven't used that
it's
one,
never.
then you
It
still
hasn't
have.
been in my character sheet. It
Yeah.
hasn't been on my character sheet, so I never knew.
Yeah. So if you haven't used it, then you still have that one.
All right, then I have to use it because I don't have any room anymore.
Same here, actually.
So I'm gonna have to have a. Wait, no, you said it was a yellow mixture that I can use.
Well, you. Yeah, you do. You would
Anyways,
need to-
I'll take it
Okay. Yeah. So you take one from the doctor. Are you at full health?
because it's been like 4 months.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or, 4 long episodes. I'm going to if we're all going to be doing this right about now, I'm taking mine out and
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm not at full health, but you know.
Yeah, he'll take. Yeah, the doctor like is tending to you since you look the most damaged. So yeah, you could go ahead and I guess roll the 2d4 plus 2 for a heal, and then roll your hit dice plus all the relevant modifiers for
Nice.
your hit point increase. Oh, look at that.
pretty good.
And Mr. G, you, Lauren, had accidentally rolled your hit point increase earlier, so now you finally get that. So what does that bring you up to?
I haven't been hit yet with thankfully, so
Yeah, that would have been a problem if you did.
oh, I think I did get hit. I think once.
Hmm.
I don't remember, a while ago. Anyways,
So what are you at now?
oh me, I'm at 37 HP.
Okay.
I think it was from 32 to 37. I'm not sure.
Wait a second.
Oh,
You're squishy
Yeah.
with me?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, you were
Oh,
at
I'm bad.
32 before, yeah. So, and that's another 13 hit points to Katara's maximum, dang.
So were those all the yellow greens?
Those were all the ones the doctor had.
Oh.
Well,
There are two
I
more
had
amongst
one,
the party, yeah.
and then. So I just used mine. Guitar used one from the doctor or one
Mhm.
from Sarah.
No. Well, I was assuming those two that just got used were from the doctor.
Okay. So then we have another 2 then.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So I can, because this is technically a heal. Can I use my intelligence modifier to this?
Well, to the healing aspect, yeah, you can, but not to
Yeah,
the hit point
okay.
increase, obviously. But
That'd be
yeah,
insane.
yeah,
yeah.
That'd be like some tank medic build.
yeah. Right. Okay. The heal, I would add 9.
Another 9.
And then my hit die.
Your intelligence modifier is 2?
No, my intelligence modifier is 4.
Okay, so that'd be 11
So-
more hit points to that.
Yeah, because it would be 2d4 plus 2.
Plus your
plus 4.
intelligence, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and by the way, Mel, if you could get your Square avatar going so I could put you up on the stream here without the transparencies.
That was fast.
Oh, wow, that was fast.
8.
Okay,
we
do
go.
this, done.
Here it is.
3.
Way ahead of you. I've already done it.
So 3 more
Plus 3.
max hit points
Yep.
to Sarah.
Nah, that's not.
She probably still has more health than I do.
Yeah. You only have a +1 modifier to yours.
That's more than I do.
Yeah. I thought she had more than that, because didn't you take the...
Oh,
Didn't you
yeah,
take
it's
the
plus
feet?
2. Healthy, yeah. So it's 5.
Alright. So so the +1 is your con modifier.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha, yeah, so... Yeah, 5 in total to you there. And,
Yep.
And so, Mr. G, you only had a yellow herb, though, and no mixture.
On my person or
Yeah.
that I took.
No, I'm saying, like, with your... Yeah, on your person. You only had...
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, so... I mean, if you were to offer that up, the doctor could produce another green herb and have that mixed.
I was just, yeah, it's just like, oh yeah, I've had this with me, but I haven't been able to use it lately.
And the doctor just,
Been
like...
too busy
not
traveling.
Yeah, and just, like, mixes it up. It's just, like... And through Oshiro's translation, gives you guys a lecture on healthy living and using these medicinal herbs to your advantage. And yeah, he like grinds those up and mixes them together for whoever needs the last one, which I believe is just Kevin left.
Please.
So you get a heal as well. Which, if you're at your max hit points, you go ahead and
I am.
just roll your hit dice. Which you took your you multi-classed, right? So you took that. This is a new hit dice you're going to be using for this one.
Oh snap!
It is.
Nice.
That would be a.
D12. No.
Isn't it like a D10 or something?
I believe it's a D10. Yes.
I'm going to. No, I don't want to make any guesses.
And what are the modifiers again?
Just D10 plus your con modifier.
Oh. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see what happens.
Here comes Tanky Kev boy.
Come on.
Or not.
Oh.
Well, 4 more hit points to you.
Alright, I suppose it's better than nothing. That would be 42.
Yep. So go ahead and get that all updated on your character sheet as well as on the Roll20 character sheet.
Alright.
So,
And we're good.
with you guys getting all healed up, And as the early morning is coming to its end, as soon as everything's all secure in the basement and everything's all healed up, all the cleanup is all done, you're brought back out, heading out of the mansion.
Well, talk to Oshiro about.
Yeah, I was gonna say, on your way out, Oshiro's speaking to you, and he's like, he makes some arrangement and writes some things over at some desk, and he says, he comes to you guys, and he says, "Again, I am indebted to you. The debt that I owe you now cannot be repaid without Hisako. Well, she is the only thing that matters to me now. So, I know this cannot begin to repay the debt that I owe, but I hope you'll accept it as a gift." And first thing he does is he presents to you guys just basically a check for the amount of $500,000.
A check with a 1 and a pen.
Yeah, just 500,000 is what you guys see. And he also explains, he's just like, and I know, and he looks looking at Mr. G, he's like, I know you took some particular interest in my gallery, it seemed, and well, I'd be willing to part with one item from it, if you would accept it as a due reward.
I would kindly accept your offering.
And what would you like from among my selection?
Oh, I apologize. I thought you were offering me the item that I specifically wanted. I thought you could read me that well. Give me that rifle.
You speak of the Muramasa.
That is a thing of beauty.
Indeed it is.
I would be committing some sort of personal crime to leave this property without it. So I am glad you are offering it to me.
Well, I'd rather give it willingly than have it be stolen by the likes of such thieves as you have repelled today.
Now they work for me, so.
Well, can you be certain that they will not return in that case?
I can assure you, from this group, if anybody from the underworld is gonna come after anything that you own, it's gonna be on my direct order.
I'm not sure if that is of any consolation to me, but you seem trustworthy enough.
I consider you an ally.
And so long as, well, you remain as good to me as you have been today, then I will consider you, and kind of looking around to everyone, just like, I will consider all of you my allies. You have saved my daughter's life, and I owe you. And to your surprise, he doesn't lead you back towards the gallery, but he leads you actually back through the foyer and down into the basement. And heading into the vault on the lower level, you see, like in the vault, again, it's like this underground chamber, and along either side of the chamber, along the walls, built into the walls, are these, covered displays. Like, there's like, what's the word, like crevices in the wall, or rather, excavations
like
out of it. Yeah, alcoves that are just like covered with glass in the front, and they sort of like displays built into the wall. But yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of stuff down here, that he isn't, rarer items that he doesn't necessarily put on display. And in one of them, you see a rifle just like mounted on a couple of hinges. And he's like, "This is the real Muramasa. The one on display in the gallery is but a replica."
And the replica was such a wonder to lay eyes on.
Yeah, and
this is the real deal.
And you see this one, the real one. It looks for the most part identical, but like a lot more polished and a lot more hefty looking. The other one was like an airsoft gun by comparison to the amount of just like sheer just weightiness and power that this one looks like it has. He puts in some like code into the walls, and the glass sort of, the glass cover kind of recedes and into the wall, and just like zzz. And as he does, he motions to it and he says, "There are only a handful of these in the world, but this one I will gladly allow to be yours."
Arigato gozaimasu. And I will take the rifle.
All right, so Mr. G gets the Muramasa.
There it is. Okay, let's see. Oh, ho. That's a different color.
Yeah, I think that's the first legendary weapon so far in the campaign.
I will continue to read this as you guys continue on, but Mr. G is inspecting this item as I am reading this.
Mm-hmm. And as you guys officially, get let back out for departure, Oshiro seems to have like a certain air of, I guess, pleasedness with departing with this rifle, and he seems to indicate that it is a bit of a travesty that such an item would be locked away instead of used for the purpose for which it was designed.
Oh yeah, we're definitely on the same page.
Yeah. And it seems he was to a certain extent just like holding it until he finds a warrior that would be suitable to wield it. And so he seems happy as he departs with it and pleased that was your choice.
Mm-hmm. I'm not getting a quill.
You could have taken that quill.
I could have. I'm sure everything in that would have been worth a hefty sum of money.
No, yeah. I actually have in my notes the monetary value of every item in his gallery.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
there's some expensive stuff. But nonetheless, if there's nothing else you guys want to say, you will be allowed to depart from his manor.
I almost wonder what would have happened if we're just like, you could take anything from my collection. It's just like, your daughter. Give me that T-virus. No.
Oh yeah, and you also said you had some conversation, I'm assuming through translation, with the doctor about what exactly the situation was there, so that you could spread some sort of misinformation.
Yeah, well, like I said, I own the people who pulled off this thing, so...
Yeah, it's true. But you heard it through different, the rumors through different sources, so floating around there, that information is floating around somewhere.
Yeah, and I'm not going to try to dispel those rumors. I'm just going to add a new one that changes the context of those rumors.
I see.
He had the T Veronica. No, he does not. And basically, if I could, I would like to have this doctor assist me in creating a cover story that would cover all the details that would be needed to cover, cross-referencing what the actual details of his holding the virus are versus the rumors that I've heard.
Okay, gotcha. So was somebody else gonna say something? I thought I heard something.
Yeah, it was me.
Yeah.
Just real quick.
Yeah.
It's assumed that Sarah still has this guy with her, she's still holding him kind of
which guy?
hostage, I guess.
Which guy?
The guy that she had with her last time.
Jamie? No, yeah,
Jamie,
those guys have all gone. All the agents departed at the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Right, I think you came in a little bit
at that point.
Yeah, a little bit afterwards.
I was.
Yeah.
You can retroactively do some stuff while they were there because you were disconnected during that bit.
Okay, what
if you
happened
needed to say
exactly?
something. Oh, I just said goodbye.
Oh. Yeah, no, that's fine. No, I'm good.
Okay.
You guys can continue.
So, you guys are able to depart. Setsuko brings you guys back out to the SUV and drives you back into the city. As you leave the hill on which this mansion stands, you see the sun is actually beginning to come up at this point in time as dawn lights up the city below you. She drives you back down the winding road, back through the streets, some of which are still in a fair bit of ruin and a fair bit of destruction lying around as the police secure the crime scene where you had slain the bioweapon from earlier. You see its large carcass being dragged away practically by a tow truck on your way back.
At this point, are we seeing like the full extent of the damage that it had done? Because when we first got there, we were pretty close into everything that happened. So like, what is like, how many square blocks did this creature destroy before we got there?
Yeah, as you're traveling back, you get a better idea. It seemed to have covered a fair bit of ground. Not a whole lot. It didn't go widely throughout the city, but it seemed to have covered around 3 or 4 blocks, judging by some of the trail of destruction that you managed to see. And you imagine it just worked its way through until meeting those police at the area that you met it. But yeah, Setsuko drives you back to the hotel where you see the hotel has kind of been locked down and there's, police vehicles outside of it, lots of busybodies going around. But you are eventually able to reconvene with Chauncey, who seemed to have been spending much of the morning with the BSAA's Far East agents. And
Did he ever
explain to having the situation explained to the local authorities and getting things under control. But he seems he seems to be returning from have finished all that business, and he seems to be returning from a light stroll by the time you guys regroup with him.
Oh, that's nice. He actually got his walk. But did I ever get Mr. H's contact information to him?
You were gonna get that to Chauncey?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have if that was something you did.
Yeah, before, I think when we were leaving, I was like, talking about cleanup. I was like, there's somebody I need to get you in touch with.
Right.
For international relations stuff. This guy's a suit. He knows how to speak the
lingo.
The lingo.
Yeah. So, you regroup with Chauncey, and he's just like, all right, so how'd it go?
Well, unfortunately, they got there first. We weren't able to recover the T. Veronica virus.
And he's just like, yeah, is that right?
Yeah. But, was able to sweet talk the guy out of the sweet gun.
So you're telling me the Manifold got away with the T. Veronica virus?
By the time we had got there, I think 2 of Hisako's... Nope, that's the girl. Oshiro's guards had been wounded and several others had been killed.
Okay. Make a deception check real quick.
And Guitar is not saying anything. Like, what are you saying?
Kevin kinda has a raised eyebrow, but he's also keeping quiet.
18.
Okay. Chauncey seems to go along with it. He's like, oh, well, that certainly complicates things.
Yeah, if they have access to that, then that's one less target on their list. If they've got here pretty quick, then we're gonna have to get over to Johannesburg as fast as possible.
Yeah, sounds like the deal. But I say we touch back stateside first. At least get me a chance to touch base with Camp Clancy. Get you guys reloaded if need be. All that.
Well, I'm good to go. I will meet you guys in Johannesburg. I have some business I have to take care of first.
So Katara is just like, real quick, she's like, you know, I wonder what's gonna happen if what Scorpion said was true and the BSAA look at me completely different.
Well, there is only one guarantee, is that they will look at you completely different. It's whether or not they're going to look at you as an asset or as an enemy. If we spin it right, you'll be an even more important asset than you would be an enemy. And that's the goal.
And Chauncey just chimes in, just like, well, the way I see it, no matter how the BSAA sees you, I'll see you as a friend. But can't guarantee my organization's reaction will be all too pleasant.
Especially seeing as some of the suits in charge might already be, let's say, puppets for someone else. That might not be too good. They can definitely take that in a direction we don't want to go.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin just nods. Because, speaking of which, he snaps his fingers, and he, as if he remembered something he wanted to say a while ago. He turns to Chauncey and asks, say, I have a question.
What's on your mind, Kevin?
Well, before I officially joined up as a member of your squad here, I was kicked out of witness protection, and they didn't really give me a reason why. I was under BSAA jurisdictions, and they really didn't give me a reason why they kicked me out. Would you know anything about that?
I could inquire into it a bit further.
I'm just kind of... I think it was kind of fishy is all. I mean, I was okay with it. I mean, I don't feel like I'm in any instant danger, but I just feel like there's something screwy going on,
I'll look into it, see what I can find out as soon as we get back stateside and I get back in control of my command center. I'll see what I can
Fair
pull
enough.
up.
As you guys said, there's something fishy going on with the higher ups. I sense it.
Yeah, I feel like getting control.
Yeah.
I feel like getting control is something we're going to have to start doing a lot of these days.
Uh-huh.
And so, with that, the other morning dawns on Tokyo, and Setsuko seems to regroup with some of the other Far East agents that, have kind of aggregated around this area. And Chauncey points out to a few of them, just like, by the way, that one she did pretty good.
What was that? Oh, the Setsuko?
Yeah, Chauncey says about Setsuko to some of the others as she regroups with the other Far East agents. And just like, thumbs up, gives a good word for her.
She just got a promotion.
And she's just like, oh, arigato. And everyone seems to kind of like, the others seem to like look at her with like a funny look, just like, oh, well, Setsuko. Yeah, good job, huh? And, but yeah, she seems to regroup with them, and she says, it has been my honor to be able to serve with you guys. I mean, I've heard a lot about you as well, Chauncey, even before you came here, and, oh, wow, it's just been great to be of service.
Yeah, I did pretty good.
She's like, well, I'm not sure if I should hope our paths cross again soon or not, because that was quite a mess of a night, but, well, I'm glad it seems to have worked out well for the most part. Aside from all the death and destruction in the city, which we're gonna have to be doing the cleanup for a while now, but...
Yep. Well, you're part of the BSAA. There's something that you gotta learn about war. pretty much consists of two things: fighting and bloodshed, and then the cleanup after.
Ah, boy, I'm not looking forward to that.
Yep, it's mostly cleanup.
Well, in any event, I suppose I should get back to my regular duties. Oh, maybe they'll consider not keeping me behind a desk from now on. Who knows?
Well, here's to your future career, and here's to us being successful.
Yush. Until, if I ever see you again, until then, goodbye. And she gives a little bow. And takes off with the rest of the BSA agents. So, if there's nothing further you guys want to accomplish within Tokyo, you are free to book your flights back home.
Just really quickly, if there's nothing anybody else would like to do, before we get on the plane back to wherever we're going, home, I guess. Sarah is going to catch Katara and kind of just put her hand on her shoulder and be like, no matter how our people see you, we'll get through it together. And she walked.
I was like, well, thank you. It's good to hear.
Calls over her shoulder. Your family now.
I guess the only other thing I would want to do is like just go around, just go to like a handcraft store like a little later in the day or whatever. I don't know.
Mhm.
Buy like a little like dagger or katana or something.
Oh, okay.
Just like why not? Because bring it back. It's a gift.
Yeah, a little memorabilia from
You
every place you go to.
Yes, you gotta
Yep.
go to the
one.
gift shop.
Yeah.
I got one from Terra Gricia.
Yeah, it's true. I will say, for $100, you could get a pretty good one of those little tanto kind of blades in a fancy little sheath,
Ooh.
which is
It's authentic.
yeah, authentic. Yeah, sort of tanto. Basically, looks like a short katana, and yeah, it comes with a little sheath, and you could get one of those, a nicely solid and decorated looking one.
Oh yeah, I'll go ahead and grab that.
All right. So yeah, that'll set you back just $100, and then the rest of you, once everyone's reconvened and is ready for your flight, you return back stateside.
Yeah, I'm gonna meet up with Sarah before we leave.
Okay.
Real quick on the plane, could we like since it'll probably be like a long rest too?
Mm-hmm.
Can we just like roll hit dice as well, and then?
Oh yeah. There'll definitely be a long rest. In fact, there will be a period of however many days you want to take here. Probably just like, one day if you're looking to get to Johannesburg right away, like Mr. G was. So there'll be a day here. Definitely a long rest. In fact, because it's September 15th here, but you guys are going back to the States, which I think is like backwards in time as far as time zones go. So. Yeah, you'll probably gain like an extra day basically here, just from the flight. But yeah, there'll definitely be a long rest involved. So you guys could fill up your hit dice and roll them if you would like, or at least half your hit dice. You get half of your total back,
Depending on how long we'll be, right?
Mm-hmm. So, but you said you were gonna talk with Sarah?
Yeah. As we're I'm going to leave the actual hotel late or earlier rather than everybody. Like everyone's like I said, I'm heading out straight away. As soon as all that business is done, I'm just gonna go ahead and leave. And when everybody else leaves, like as Sarah is on her way to the airport, I'm just gonna show up behind her.
Oh,
Gosh dang it. Don't you know to not sneak up on a woman with a gun?
Yeah, I'm just gonna show up behind her and be like, I need to ask you a couple questions really quick.
Well, that's precarious, but sure.
Why is it that you don't trust Chauncey?
It's not that I don't trust him.
I'm trying to remember. There was that conversation between her and Chauncey. Who was all there during that
For
conversation?
which one? The big confrontation they had?
The big confrontation.
That was just the two of them.
That was just us.
Nobody knows about that. That was just Sarah and Chauncey.
Yeah. Okay. I'm starting to get this feeling that I don't know. You're seeming a little bit paranoid. You don't seem to trust a lot of things right now.
Well, would you?
I've never trusted anything in my entire life, sweetie.
Well, there you go.
I'm just curious as to why you thought it would be as important to move your entire family out of the house.
Well, the way I look at it, there's a lot of people that I'm going to come in contact with that are most likely going to want to hurt not only the people I work with, but probably my family as well. So moving them was the best option I had.
Well, if this guy is as good as he says he is, forgot his name again.
Which one?
Walker?
If Walker is as good as he says he is, moving your family won't matter.
Yeah, but it makes me feel better.
It probably does. If you're going to want to survive, focus all of your attention on your job. Your family will take care of themselves. If Walker wanted to target them, there's nothing that you're going to be able to do to stop him. Except kill him first.
Yeah, well, I kind of legally separated from my husband and legally gave full custody over to my husband, so they won't, I hope, at least, that maybe, like you said, Walker is good, but hopefully at least his goons won't associate them with me.
Well, I feel like that was a smart move on your part then. I just want to make sure that you're not distracted when we're going to be doing this from now on.
No distractions here. After what happened, and where were we? Where were we when we fought?
Somewhere in the Mediterranean. I don't think we know exactly where it was.
Mediterranean area.
Some islands.
The islands. Let's just say that. When we were in the islands, yeah, I had a moment of weakness, but after that, well, I decided that there's no use in not using my skills to the full potential. I could save a lot of people in a pinch if it came to that.
I'm glad. You'll really come to your own around here.
Well, I mean, me and Chauncey, you asked me why I don't trust him. It's not that I don't trust him, it's just, well, as you probably know in your position of the girl he adopted a long time ago, that everybody and their mother seems to be looking for, even after her death. She was important to my brother, and anybody important to my brother is family, because he's all in. So, and the only reason I still have him is because he's in the same line of work. So, anybody touches my brother and they're gonna have to deal with me. And Arkea didn't deserve what she got. Yes, she was a loose cannon, yes, she was a bit of a troubled child, but she did not deserve what she... And I had a confrontation with Chauncey about said incident. And since then, I don't know if he's the one that trusts me.
Well, he probably has the same kind of instinct as I do. You're very sentimental, and sometimes that can be dangerous in our line of work.
True. But I also think it gives you a reason to get to your end goal faster.
Everybody needs a little push, just as long as it doesn't become a shove.
Well, I heard, so I'm waiting.
Okay. Could Kevin walk up at this point?
Are you? Yeah, you guys are just having this like out in the open. You met up with her at some point in the terminal.
Yep, just intercepted her in the terminal, and then Kevin's just like, "What happened? Where'd you go?" She was walking.
You could catch up with them. And break into this conversation here.
I'm not doing this like.
This isn't like
secretly.
Covertly.
Yeah.
No. I didn't like hide kidnap her or anything.
Right, pull her into an alley and be like, "Well, tell me your reason."
Where is she?
So Kevin saunters up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so what are you two talking about?
Don't worry, little brother, it's fine. Just a conversation against coworkers, nothing big.
Fair enough. Well, while we're talking, there's something else I remembered too that I think is very important. That's something you might want to note for some point. Did you know, Mr. G, that I was actually the chief engineer for the
Greenhouse Solutions.
Greenhouse
Solutions.
I'm the chief engineer for Greenhouse Solutions. I helped build the place. Did you know that?
I did. Although you were only around while it was still getting started up, if I remember correctly.
Maybe so, but I built the blueprints.
Well, it seems like I might have to talk to you. I might have to pay you a visit in the night after all.
Yes, but with my cooperation, of course.
I'll let you know when I drop by.
Fair enough.
No, we won't. They'll just walk up behind you and scare the shit out of you.
Just wake up, I'm sitting in your room, it's like, you didn't draw the blueprints, did you? I looked all over your house.
Oh, man.
And I'd be like, they're all in my head. I'd point to his head.
Oh, man. After that conversation is over, Sarah's going to lean into Mr. G so that so Kevin can't hear what she's saying, and she's going to whisper, "And it's not a good idea to threaten my brother." And she's going to pull back.
I'm going to tell you something really quick. You see this, and he lifts his chin up and like uses his hand to smear away some makeup that he has on his neck, and you see that when he does, there's a huge scar that goes all the way from his like throat up across his chin and comes up, and it's very well hidden with the makeup. And he says, "This is what happens when somebody when somebody threatened me, and I lived. If you threaten me, you're gonna have to do a lot worse than this."
I don't have to threaten you. I'm just telling you.
Is she saying this out loud?
Yeah, she said that
that's
out
why.
loud.
Yeah. Kevin just gives her a scowl and be like, "Don't be like that. He's not threatening me. Again, I'm cooperating with him. We're working for a common goal here."
That wasn't. She looks over at Kevin and she gives him the big sister look and she's like, "Look, I ain't talking about now. I'm talking about in the car when you told us about your engagement."
Oh, well. Oh, right. Well, I'm just taking it as it comes. I'm honestly not worried.
Kevin's so chill.
I know. He can't be bothered for anything.
Thing is,
Just like-
he's
Government assassin's like, oh yeah, I almost would have had to break your kneecaps, and he's just like, that would have happened.
Fine.
he's been through a lot of stuff. I mean, Raccoon City left him with nerves of steel.
It's true. You did like watch your dad get impaled. You're like,
That's true.
part of the course.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
She puts her hand on Kevin's shoulder and she's like, "Have you been smoking those herbs again?"
Oh.
Um,
I can see why you and Emil Johansson got along so well.
You went into his stash, didn't you, Kevin? You found it when nobody else could.
Old raccoon survivors, reminiscing on their PTSD stories, smoking that herb.
In any case, we better get back to the States and get this African thing figured out before the Manifold decides to get there first, like today.
Oh yeah, we better make sure that they don't arrive first.
What are we going to do about that, by the way, Mr. G?
Do what?
Well, we don't have the T. Veronica virus, and they probably do. So what are we going to do about that?
Well, you weren't here for the beginning bit? Okay, so, the
Just
T. Veronica
imagine
virus
Sarah
is still with the collector.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, quick summary. Oshiro has the Veronica virus still, although it's in his daughter. The people who, well, I guess I'll say this since I'm going to do this next, like immediately
Okay.
after this.
Perfect.
I own the guys who are supposed to heist it, so I'm just gonna have them go around saying that they took it.
Clever, very clever. So you're telling me it's in good hands.
It's in good hands.
Good. And the girl?
Well, she's got a loving father.
Well, that's the sentimental thing you were talking about.
Well, loving fathers with a lot of money equals a lot of security.
I mean, he did cut us check for $500,000.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
So
so remind me, out of game, how many people are in the party again?
Need to do some math really quick.
Tricky.
If you count all of the guests and stuff that are involved, because there's the four of you,
well, yeah,
Chauncey's,
that's true.
yeah, and Nuria as well. You know, you guys are all
Yeah.
working pretty closely together now.
That's true.
We'll figure out how to cut this
Yeah.
pie in a little bit.
That's
That's
like
it's a big ass pie.
50,000 per potentially.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot more than that, I think.
And what-
If there's
off of 500,000? Because
Oh, 500,000. That's right. Yeah.
500,000 would be 100K a piece if you were 5, but then there's one more, so it's close to that.
Is there
Wow.
6 all total?
Yeah, if you include Chauncey and Nuria.
And Kev?
So how many people is that?
So 6 total main characters, essentially. Not everybody has
So
to
you're,
necessarily
like-
get some, but
Close to 83,000 per person, but like it's weird. The math is weird.
We'll have to figure this out. Who's gonna get us? Who's gonna get what slice?
So
But
we're
yeah.
just chilling in an airport terminal.
yeah. So at this point, if you guys are done
That's funny.
conversing, then
The flight is delayed.
Yeah, talk. We're just shooting the stuff while they're waiting for their flight to arrive.
For the flight, yeah.
Yeah,
we
we're just killing layover time.
yeah,
We were meant to get on the flight earlier, but it was delayed.
yeah, it was a horrible delay. After the incident,
Mr.
there was just like flights had trouble.
Yeah, it's like there's a bit of an incident. We're double screening everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
try not to land too many new people in the country while there's possible bioweapons going around.
Mm-hmm.
Can before we do decide to get on this flight, Sarah's gonna look at Mr. G and go, so what's your reason?
My reason for what?
Why are you out here? Why are you fighting?
Because it's my job.
Really?
Absolutely.
Nobody you care to make this world safer for?
Well, like I said, I've got a sister up in New York. She's happily married now, actually.
Oh. Well, that's nice.
We haven't spoken in a long time.
Oh,
But you know how it is.
in your line of work, I guess it's not primitive to speak to family.
I officially don't have any family.
I don't even know if I truly know who you are.
Well, like I said, my name's Jason. I work for the government. It's pretty much all you need to know.
Well, as long as you don't come after me and my own, I don't care.
Only unless I have to.
That's all I care about, is getting my family through this, whatever this is.
Don't worry. My job is to make sure you get through this. I'm very good at my job.
I lost my father, and Kevin, she points over at Kevin. He lost someone important to him. I'm done letting people die in this war.
Looks like you're in the right business.
Well, I was just a little girl in the medical field until my brother wrote me a letter telling me he was going off the grid and that his girlfriend was dead. So here I am.
Oh yeah, I know that letter. I've gotten that letter so many times.
Oh, I'm sure you've got photocopies. But we got to get to Africa. So
Yep.
let's
Well, look, checked his watch. Just like, all right. Yeah, your flight should not be delayed any longer, and walks away.
Oh, that's good. So
Let's
you guys
talk to the pilot.
you guys get board your flight and get back to the United States, landing back and getting driven back to Camp Clancy. So you guys have a little bit of downtime. So it's early on September 15th at this point. You've kind of regressed in the day versus where you were, but you get a long rest. It's about around morning on this day, and you pretty much have a day ahead of you if you want to get anything done to prepare or anything like that. If there's any downtime activities you would like to do.
Yes.
This is back
Yep.
like over at like the States.
Yeah. Want to cash that check?
So I wanna go through and give the memorabilia to Neria.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you get to bring that to your new
gift from
Chicago
Tokyo.
home. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, you could just like give it to her at work.
That's true. Yeah, you probably see her just as much there.
So give that over. Doesn't seem like any news has hit yet, right?
On returning stateside, everything seems to be normal. And if you were, check around, you don't see anything in the news, nobody seems to be interacting with you any differently. If you check your emails, actually, but you do seem to have a couple of new emails in your inbox.
Yeah, I want to check those.
So they seem to be mostly pertaining to the university at which you are a professor. We have one email from one Ryan Withers, who seems to be the construction manager there. and he was told to get in touch with you about a potential conference room project that you were trying to get off the ground. So he's available at the campus if you want to hit him up and start that conference room that you wanted to use to communicate with Camp Clancy remotely.
Yes, that I do want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
After we get this check.
walks in the bank. Here's a $500,000 check.
Bang! Thank you.
I would like this in cash.
And it's out of country check too. So
yeah, so many questions, but you get it cleared eventually. And you also have one from Lawrence Milton, who was the sort of assistant undergrad whose research you funded and allowed you on that last research project to get that done. So he seems to have some more ideas that he would like to pitch your way. He's basically, seems to be throwing around some designs for some methods and processes for synthesizing, some various kinds of formulas, which, he's sure it could have good pharmaceutical use, but you're looking at this and you're like, hold on, this could be good for my work. So basically, basically the what he's proposing, you get the sense if it would work, would allow you to basically be able to always succeed when you try to create formulas for selecting your mutations. As long as you spend time researching at the university.
Give me that. Yes.
Hold on. Did she ever get that advantage from Emil? I'm trying to remember.
I don't know.
Wait,
she did.
From looking through his notes at his house.
Because I did take time to look at the notes. I don't know. I don't think so.
Either way.
Well,
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. Because I don't think she's gotten a new mutation since then. Or unless it would have been for something else.
Not yet. Yeah. So you get that all set. I'm gonna go and check out those two, Lawrence, and then also the conference room. Just want to see how much all that stuff is gonna be. Yeah.
So if you spend some time getting in touch with the right people, or else visiting the university campus, you'd quickly be able to find out the conference room will run you about $10,000, as well as, and then it will be finished after 1 month of construction.
Okay, that's easy. Setting I'll pay that right away.
So they get that set up, or that at least the construction team seems to start getting that set up. And then there's the what Milton is proposing, the advanced formula synthesis project will cost you $50,000 and 6 months of research on that he'll be heading up.
Okay, so before I buy that, how much? So we need to figure out how much is split.
Yeah. So if you guys want to divvy that up,
figure out how much is split before I buy that, because I may be a little low. So.
What is a little low for Katara?
That's like $30,000.
Oh, okay.
Just don't have the 50 at the moment. You get.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys have had a lot to spend on.
So. Yeah. So guys, how is this?
Getting split?
Yeah, how's this getting split? I'm terrible at math, I'm gonna be honest. That's why I took science in high school.
Okay, how many people do we have to split this with?
It depends on who wants money, but if everybody does, then it's like 6 people.
Okay.
Or
I'm assuming everybody does want to. I don't know if I don't think Doc's necessarily watching to speak for himself, but
Okay, so we would get
Yeah.
83,333.333333.
Three repeating.
Yeah,
so yeah, we'll just round that
If we're all
down.
splitting evenly.
Yeah,
yeah.
to the nearest dollar.
So it would be 83,000?
How much all total? 83,000.
Just get
Oh,
rid of.
83,333. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, just get rid of the cents.
83,333.
Not a Laura Bailey, guys. I can't be your treasurer.
Oh, this can be some weird
let's see.
math.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'll buy that.
All right, so immediately, yeah, investing in his advanced formula synthesis. So mark off the
yeah.
funds for that. That's 50,000.
Let's see.
Yeah, we're good.
All right.
Money,
He added to bank.
And of course, you still have the official, and I have that now for you guys. If you look under assets, the document containing all of the research projects
Oh,
that
we
you
got
have
one here now.
discovered so far.
Yep.
Well, why am I in that right now?
Oh,
Yeah.
under yeah, the Discord.
Yeah, on the Discord.
Yeah.
But in any event, at that point, as you guys divvy up the money and go your separate ways and prepare to get geared up and everything in order to depart for Johannesburg, we're probably going to take our midpoint break right now. Seems like a fine opportunity. So we'll be back in just a little bit, and then we're going to be, talking with Chad a bit upon our return and just hanging out. And then we're going to return to the story very shortly and see what else everybody else is going to do during this time and figure everything out from there. So we'll be back in just a little bit. Don't go anywhere. All right, so without further ado, if everyone's ready to get back into things, we could return to the roleplay.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
All right. So, you guys have returned stateside, and you're free to do whatever you're gonna do until you depart for Johannesburg.
I'm returning to, let's see, we went from Japan, going to Johannesburg. Yeah, I think Italy's in the middle somewhere, right?
Somewhere in the middle, yeah. Well, above Africa, so
I don't have to like go back and then it's in the same general direction. But I might as well just hang out in Italy while I'm before. But I'm going to contact the my new crew.
Right, Scorpion's crew.
And I'm going to basically run them down. Before I do that, actually, I need to report into Mr. Fox, actually.
Right.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, you need to
Give him
debrief.
the heads up and tell him that we arrived at the Oshiro facility and there was a firefight. We lost and we were unable to recover the virus.
Okay. But, and of course, in your debriefing, you will be asked if the Manifold managed to recover the virus.
And I will say that they did. And I'll tell them that with Scorpion gone, it seems they have that group may have new management, and it seems like I guess that this is a yeah. It looks like after we killed Scorpions, one of the group kind of stepped up to the plate. So I'm not sure if Manifold has it, but we didn't walk away with the virus.
Make a deception check.
Okay. $17.
Okay. So, that's your debriefing?
Going to have and then I'm going to call up the people that I that crew.
Scorpion's
And I'm
crew?
going to tell them basically the story. They succeeded in getting away with the vial, and of the T Veronica, and they're looking for a buyer, and they have separated, like they've gone rogue. They've separated from the Manifold. After Scorpion died, they decided to take the money for themselves, and they want to sell it on the black market, and they're looking for a buyer.
Okay.
And what I want to do is I want to arrange a meeting with someone who's willing to pay a lot of money. And you know how these transactions go. Some demands are too high. This crew, they're brand new to this sort of deal. They don't know what they don't know how to run a negotiation as well as perhaps Scorpion might have. It's going to go bad. A lot of people are going to die. What happened to the virus, we don't know.
Okay, so you're looking to make this virus disappear.
It is going to be gone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking to ghost this virus.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I guess
I at least want to get them started on setting up that kind of a deal while I'm away in Johannesburg.
Mm-hmm.
Look for a buyer. Look for someone that you know we can kill.
Yeah, basically. I was gonna say, yeah. So you want to leave the body trail to add some authenticity to your story,
and look for some. Start hiring. You guys are you're under new management. You're looking to fill your stocks. Fill your ranks. Look for some people that you know we could kill.
All right. And
then after this, you guys are free. Not free. You guys are. I'm making them disappear as well.
Okay.
Everybody in this whole thing is going to die. So basically, what I want to do is have the people that the two snipers and the other guy. What is his specialty?
You're talking about Jamie, the guy that you guys got back in the basement. Yeah. No, well, you would get to know them, as this is going on. They all seem to have their own sort of code names, kind of like Scorpion, except Jamie because he's dumb.
Jamie and freaking what's his name?
Olsen.
Olsen.
Well, they would point out Olsen is a code name. But as far as they know, Jamie's just
is he
Jamie.
as far as they know, it's like he had a code name at some point, but we don't know what happened to it.
But yeah, the two snipers were they called them Hollywood and Kremlin.
Okay, so we've got Jamie, Hollywood and Kremlin.
Mm-hmm.
There's one from LA and there's one from Russia.
Well, and of course they would be asking you all the while. It's just like, hey, what about our pay?
Oh yeah. Check your bank accounts. They'll be there. But what is the daily rate going to be for all three of them?
For the three of them,
a monthly rate. I mean.
Yeah. Basically, if you want to maintain them, it's going to be $9,000 a month. But
okay,
they're really top crew. That's basically multiplying yourself by 3 in terms of the intelligence you can be doing.
Yeah. So it's 3,000 each.
Essentially.
Okay, let me just make sure that that's sustainable.
You did just get a big paycheck.
Should be. I did, but again, I need to make sure it's sustainable. We'll have to see about that. With the amount of jobs I'm gonna have to guys to, they'll end up paying for themselves. So,
and they would also note, and if you do make good arrangements with them, they will also know that it's just like, hey, it's just like we're not the only people that are kind of directionless and dead in the water here now that Scorpion's gone. I mean, she had a whole network going. We're just the field team, but she has people that don't do field work and things like that. All sorts of network, all sorts of contacts.
Well, I am Scorpion now, so her contacts are mine.
Well, and I guess like this is like Hollywood, who seems to be kind of the spokesperson of the three.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, Alright, well, I'll see what I can salvage if you want to see if you could sift through what's left of the mess. She kept things pretty close to the chest, even from us. But I'll gather what
Whatever
I
you can get. Yeah, whatever you can get. Anything that you know of, I'll take. I'll see if I can do anything about the rest of them. But you better start looking forward to a sustainable and fulfilling career with.
So, yeah. So basically, after all is said and done,
I'll go ahead and pay them.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
this first.
Okay, yeah. So they're
Go
set for
ahead and
this
check
month.
that.
But yeah, he manages to basically salvage most of sort of contacts lists from what he knew about Scorpion and what their combined knowledge from the three of them. You know, the three of them combined, they get together a sizable chunk of her network and arrange.
Who did you know? Well, I got.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and they get a sizable chunk. It's probably not nearly as big as what her actual Rolodex is, but nobody may ever know what all that involved. What's left is probably things that she kept no record of and things like that. So you get a majority of her network and integrate it into your own, and that comes with
Oh,
new feature.
snap! That's an actual thing.
Yeah. So you get Scorpion's network has a feature.
Sick. All right, badass. As well, I'm actually gonna make a stop in Germany before I go down to Johannesburg.
Okay.
I would like to, using my network, find somebody who may have been, or rather, just like find somewhere in Germany that she would have been a frequent of, perhaps. Like, maybe try to find, like, where she would have hung out to try to get, like, jobs or anything like that. And what I'm going to do is I am going to get a new tattoo. And I'm going to get a scorpion on my neck.
Okay.
And I'm just going to start hanging around the places she used to hang out. And that's it. That's all I'm going to do.
Awesome. I'll set you back some. We'll just, say Markov's like, I'm not sure how much a tattoo usually costs. Like, I'll just say $50.
Can I make it 43 so I can get a neat, nice, even number?
Yeah, sure. We'll go there. Yeah.
Sure. I mean, it's I just added just like a tattoo to a list of tattoos that I've got. I'm it's no problem for me to just be like, hey, you made a discount. Anyways, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to just like get that tattoo on my neck, cover up all the other tattoos except that one, and kind of go around and just hang out places she might have.
All right. So you make your face known around her dives and things
just
that
for a couple of
she would have, or you suspect she would have been around.
But just for a couple of days before I head down to Johannesburg to meet up with everybody.
Okay. Well, we'll see how long it takes everybody else to figure out how much time you spend.
Yeah, I'll just that's what I'll be doing until.
All right. So what's everybody else doing?
Okay. So, it's later in the day of the day that we got back. Well, maybe let's say the next day. She's going to text Katara, and she's gonna say, "Come have a drink with me," and she's going to put the address of the bar in the text message.
Okay.
Just reply back. Okay.
Okay. I'll be there.
Okay, so
so she messages back like, so what time of the day?
When are you free?
She's like, well, just kind of looking to like spend the day and just like chill, spend the day and chill with area.
She did say this was the day after you guys got back,
the day
right?
after.
Yeah, the day after.
Okay, day
yeah.
after getting back. Okay.
Yep.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, she'll pop over.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
I'm assuming a local bar from to where you're at in the Chicago area.
Yeah.
So yeah, Katara, you pop over, find your way to, this. So a pretty nice little bar in the west side of Chicago, Jimmy's Bar. Nice place. You hang out there.
Jimmy.
Yeah, the bartenders. Yeah, it's this guy, Jimmy Durnan.
Nice.
Gets you guys his drink.
I
some
probably
drinks.
know him pretty well.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you frequent the bar, you would definitely know him.
Hey, Jimmy.
Hey.
Tara pops in. Just like, all right, yeah.
Hey, guitar, over here. She waves her hand.
Oh, hi. And she pops over, just sits down.
She's like, so, I've got to know a little bit about everybody in this group, but you're still a mystery to me. So, I decided to bribe you with alcohol to get you to get to know you.
Bribe me with alcohol.
Nah, I don't even know if you're a drinker.
A little wine here and there. I'm more of a sweet drinker than anything.
I see. All right then. Yeah. So, what's your story?
I don't really have that much of a story. I was a scientist, did a bunch of stuff. Survivor of Raccoon City. Sitting out. Pretty much after that, ended up working over at the university, and I've been on little excursions here and there while still working there.
Oh, that seems like noble work.
Mm-hmm.
So, from the very brief connection I had with Archaea, your name seemed to come up a lot.
Did my name come up a lot?
Yeah, she really looked up to you.
Oh. Probably just like raises hand for like a daiquiri or something. She's like, strawberry daiquiri, please.
Coming right up.
And Sarah will call over. Put it on my tab, Jimmy.
Yeah, will do.
Yeah, so what did you want to know?
Well, she said that, during the last part of her life, the last time I saw her, that she wrote you a letter at one point and said that, she wanted you to make sure that she could be normal, at least in death. So, I just wondering, why would she trust you?
That's a question I ask myself. I'm not really somebody to look up to. I haven't really done much that would be noteworthy of that. So it's get me wrong, it's nice. It is, but I'm not deserving of something like that.
Actually, I do have another question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know my father?
Who?
My father. Vince Larson.
Oh, well, a bit of a family. Knew him through work.
Yeah, it's also, I think, Katara would know that Vincent Larson was actually close with her parents as well.
Yeah. That's why she was
they-
like
yeah,
family.
they were closer to your parents than to you. But yeah, you did meet him for a bit during Raccoon City, but that was most of your interaction with them.
Yep, and then a spike.
And then a impalement.
She'll I guess like making more notes. She's like, my family knew Vincent more than I did. They were a lot closer.
The old man never did like to bring his home to work. His work to his home. But how did he seem when you were with him?
Well, considering the circumstances, everyone was pretty nervous and scared.
Fair enough.
It was quite the time.
And here I was off getting married and having kids and starting my career.
Luckier
Wow.
than most of us.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it. Well, maybe it is luck, but I should have been out there.
No, I would never wish that anybody who could have been out there, should have been out there. You shouldn't wish that you should have. That was hell.
I suppose. Kevin kind of filled me in a little bit when he got back from that place overseas that for some reason I can't remember the name of, but yeah, he told me about Dad and how he died and all of that.
Yeah, I try not to think about that.
Well, all I got to say is I knew the old man's work would kill him eventually.
Wow. That are you sad? Did it make you sad to hear that, or because that sounds very not to be rude, but like just uncaring.
Well, I'll never say that I'm not sad or, sentimental about his death, because I'm a very sentimental person, especially when it comes to my family, but me and the old man didn't get along very well. Me and him butted heads a lot. He wanted me to become... He wanted his kids to follow in his footsteps, let's put it that way. And I didn't want to.
That's funny. My parents didn't want me to get into this, and I eventually forced myself into things.
Oh, we are quite the opposite then.
Mm-hmm.
So, how much do you actually know about Archaea?
I mean, only what I was told, and what... I mean, things we found out along the way. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't talk to Archaea as much, only because I was more focused on my own side of things with a lot of the deals, a lot of the deals that I wanted to get into, and just a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, that's good. It seems like the girl had a lot of what most would call drama. But I love that little girl like a sister.
Oh, I'm glad.
And she would have been my sister if she wouldn't have died on that field.
Yeah.
But
Drink.
Just like getting drunk in this bar off strawberry daiquiris. She calls, after that, she calls over to Jimmy and she's like, "Hey, Jimmy, give me the top shelf, would you?"
Yeah, if you say so. He's kind of like this.
On my tab.
Yeah, just like this older, rugged sort of gentleman. And yeah, he hooks you up with your drink.
Awesome. Well, it was nice getting to know you, Guitarra.
Yeah, you too.
And what I said in the airport, you're family now. No matter how the BSAA looks at you, me and Chauncey will always look at you as family, as a friend.
Well, again, I appreciate that. Thank you. I mean, it does mean a lot.
You're welcome. And I just precautionary, of course, but I'm going to assume that you're on our side.
She raises an eyebrow. She's like, "Why wouldn't I be?"
Well, just a precaution with dealing with anybody from Umbrella. Sorry. I know you proved yourself to them, but I'm new here.
Well, to be frank, and I'm going to be bluntly honest, if I wasn't on this side whatsoever, there's a chance you wouldn't. There's a chance you might have seen me on the battlefield with a manifold, most likely. If the tables were turned and I wasn't on with the BSAA and everyone else. So yes, I am here. I
That's
am
good. Well, that's good. Then I will save your butt as much as I can.
Well, she nods.
And you can have as many drinks, order. Do they offer food here?
I mean, yeah.
Is it that kind of bar?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you could get,
Bar food.
yeah, some general meals served.
Okay.
It's primarily just
Order
a bar,
me-
but yeah.
Yeah. Order you a drink, order you a meal. Get stocked up, because we got a long trip to go. Put it on my tab.
Oh, no. I thank you, but I think I'm getting myself already stacked up with a few other things at the moment.
All right.
But thank you again.
Oh, you're welcome. Well,
She's gonna get up and start walking out.
Tara leaves the bar.
alrighty.
Anything else you guys are gonna do while you're around?
I get. You know what? Yeah, because I am back. I might as well just jump over to one of the stores and one of the science stores and go in and just buy the usual stuff.
Okay. What would the usual stuff consist of?
Well, let me grab my sheet again. I gotta open this. Oh yeah, the chem material, the chem fluid.
Okay, yeah. And there is a local sort of science and tech supply store in the north side of Chicago called Thinker's Corner. So I'm assuming that's kind of where you're usually going when you go there. Like the guy that runs the place, you've probably gotten to know him by this point. Carl Hawks. He's like this, ex-professor kind of guy, but yeah, he's pretty casual, and he carries quite the, since it's a big city, he has quite the stock, so you could pretty much get most crafting ingredients that you could ever want from him. So, what in particular looking to get from him?
Just chem material, chem fluid.
Okay. Yeah, so you could get a stack of 5 of each from him.
Okay, cool.
And they'll run 250 each, so 500 in total.
Cool. Yeah, so just gonna do that and hand that out in cash.
Okay.
Oh, cool. I have that much left. All right, yeah. So, hands that, just grabs that. I really think there's anything else to. Yeah, no, because I'm good on bullets and I'm good on a few other things. So,
How about 40mm grenade rounds?
I see. Like we're gonna pick that up before we leave.
Yeah.
I am also going to have to stock up on stuff like that because I am officially out of chem material and chem fluid.
Yeah.
Well, she just sold out the local vendor, so you might have to share.
That's.
I mean, Katara can give you like 10 of each. Like when I say I'm stocked on materials and fluids, I'm telling you, like I have over 30.
No, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Katara's always diligent about like, because it's limited in the number you could get each time you return to a hub, but she's always diligent about getting, selling out the stores each time you come back. So
I need to make friends with Katara.
I will say, I don't know anybody who uses like scrap material on the party, but
Chauncey did, but yeah.
Chauncey did. It's got like 30 of that because I stocked that up just for Chauncey. But yeah, no, I could give you like 10 of each for material and fluid. So
sure, okay. So 10 chem fluid and chem material. Got it.
Yep.
You got a stack of each.
Can I do crafting before we leave?
No, yeah. I mean, you could do crafting whenever. What are you crafting?
Awesome. All right, hold on.
I mean, you definitely have more than enough time while, these couple of days.
I'm going to craft a healing gas because those seem to come in handy last episode or the episode before. One bottle. Where would I get a bottle?
Oh, you could get a bottle anywhere. Just like
yeah, just anywhere.
Just mark off.
Walk
just like yeah. Just mark off
how
like
much, Raph?
$2.
$2, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Oops. That's not.
Or $5 if you just want to make it even. If you want to keep the depending on how what your numbers are looking like.
How about $3?
All right, there you go. Yeah, whatever it takes to get you even.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna do that. The DC on that is 15. Okay.
So I wanted to run through real quick. You said that getting the it's searching for a higher like attach case, right?
Mm-hmm. Which what do you have right now?
It could. I have the medium.
Okay, yeah.
So you said it because I'm not sure what we talked about last time, but you said like searching for it would be really hard, and it's something that you would probably.
Yeah, because that's basically what you have right now is basically the best one that's on the open market. So to find a better one, you'd probably have to come across one or else know like a pretty specialized vendor. So you gotta kind of keep an eye out for that if you're after one.
Okay.
That is.
So that's a success.
Oh yeah. So 15.
Which, by the way, is Kevin doing anything during all this? Not quite sure. I don't know if Kevin's here.
Sure. Uh-oh.
I think we might have lost him.
Lauren.
Yo.
I'm not sure. Did Katara? Did we ever exchange like Katara gave you like the paperwork and ID from like Scorpion stuff?
Oh yeah, there was some
What was
that?
you found like all her fake
there were
IDs
some
and stuff,
documents.
yeah.
What was that?
Because like when she like searched her and everything, Katara picked up like the fake IDs and like a few other things.
Oh, right.
Did we ever pass that off?
No, I don't think you did.
Oh no.
Okay, can you
I mean,
hear
it's
me? Can you hear
okay.
me?
Yes.
Mr. G has the rest of her network now.
Okay.
Okay, I was going to say yes. I
Oh.
was going to do something.
Kevin is doing some things.
Yeah, he had a refresh, it looks like.
Yes. Well. First things first. I'm going to. Let's see here.
While you're getting your thoughts, Mr. G, make a quick investigation check.
No advantage?
Just a straight investigation check.
Didn't know if that was something, if it was something that would apply with my new network.
Not for this roll. This is a straight roll.
$19.
Okay. So, what's Kevin up to?
What?
All right. I
Alright.
was going to do some crafting.
Hmm.
I was going to craft. I was going to craft some bolts, some crossbow bolts.
Okay. Do you have the materials for that?
I have
You
some.
could
yeah.
acquire some if you don't, because you know you're in a hub area, so you could make some purchases like Katara just did.
Oh, I have 9 scrap at the moment. I'm
Okay.
good.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I guess that answers your question. Kevin uses scrap material for some stuff, so.
Oh, sweet.
Yep. Why is that pertinent though?
Oh, because she was asking earlier. She said she didn't know who
All right.
uses scrap besides Chauncey.
And let's see, what stat do I use for the craft DC again?
It should note, it specifies on each recipe.
I guess it's just a straight D20 then, because it doesn't specify.
No, well, it's always either mobility or intelligence. Which recipe is this? Is this the crossbow bolts? I think
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that's mobility. I could double check.
That
in the
would
book,
make
though.
sense.
Yeah, it's mobility. Wait, no,
Okay.
these are crossbow bolts you're trying to make?
Yeah.
You don't have to make a roll for that. That auto succeeds because of your scientist class.
Oh, right.
Because
Cool.
you've got the
Craftsmanship.
craftsmanship feature. Because any DC 5 crafting check, you auto succeed.
All right, and how many do I make at a time?
Let's see, what does it say here? You craft 5 bolts.
Perfect. All right.
Yeah, crossbow bolts are essentially meant to be pretty abundant. As long as you got scrap material, you can keep churning them out, and you don't use them nearly as quick.
All right, then I'll just use 1 scrap and craft 5 bolts and add them. And I do believe I put it somewhere in here. I have the ability to craft explosive bolts.
Yeah.
Huh. Don't know where it went. Odd.
Yeah, I just saw that next to the crossbow bolts recipe, so that does require some gunpowder as well.
Oh, right. Well, how much can I buy at a time?
So gunpowder. Oh, you could get it up to a full stack from that Thinker's Corner store that Katara was at.
Right, and what's a full stack again?
It's a stack of 10. That'll cost you $500.
A stack of 10?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm loaded. So, I'll do that.
Nice.
What was that roll for?
I was crafting, what is it? Where is it? I can't say the word, but it's for the the one that gains resistance to 2 types of damage.
Is that the
Starts with an A.
anesthetic?
Anesthetic, there we
Yeah.
go. Yep.
Sweet. So you got some anesthetics going.
You. Can I store stuff at the hub?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, everybody has.
Okay.
Since many people are currently residing at Camp Clancy, you know, but wherever you're residing, it's assumed that you have your own personal storage chest. So everyone always has personal storage wherever they lay their head home.
Cool.
Oh, this is nasty. So,
Oh, yeah.
so I will say that with the amount of grenade rounds I have right now, I'm crafting acid right now,
Okay.
and I have like 9 acid and another like 8 grenade rounds left.
Ugh. Okay, I can't find it. I can't find my rulebook. What's the crap DC for the bolts? The explosive
bolts is, I think, mobility 10.
Okay, mobility 10.
I'll double check.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And it consumes 5 bolts at a time and 3 gunpowder at a time.
Whoa.
I do believe.
Yeah.
Mob 5 or 10. Mob 10.
Did you say mobility D10? No, mobility 10 is what you
Yeah,
said.
DC
Mobility
10.
DC 10.
Well, with your proficiency and whatnot, so how much is that? Your proficiency bonus
mobility
is...
modifier is +1.
And your proficiency?
Oh.
Should be a +3 or a plus...
What? Wait, am I looking at dexterity
What-
here? Or?
No, proficiency.
What level are you?
The level of proficiency.
You just turned level 7, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you have a +3. So
8, 9, 10, 11.
yeah, so
I
that's
just made it.
so that's an
just
11
made it.
total. Either way, you succeed because the
Okay.
minimum proficiency bonus you could have is a +2. So yeah, yeah. So you're clear there.
Alright.
Remember, you could always add proficiency bonus to crafting checks.
If you're proficient with a thing, because you can make crafting checks with things you're not proficient
I
in.
was going to specify that, but you cannot make crafting checks with things you're not
Okay, that's what I was
proficient
wondering.
with. So basically, no matter what, if you're making a
Yeah.
crafting check, you're going to be able to add your proficiency.
All right.
And if you have expertise in the tool, you could double that.
That's so good.
And I guess I'm gonna wait on guns and ammo until we're ready to go.
All right.
So other than that,
And go ahead.
I guess. I guess I can't think of anything else to do other than that.
Nice.
Sarah's just crafted away.
Yeah. What was that one for?
Steroids.
Oh. All
We
right.
have so many steroids. It's
Yeah, this
ridiculous.
party is never gonna run out of steroids.
Just
I still
stab
have
yourself
one.
with them.
And people like we're gonna have the final fight with
Oh man.
wow, I
Walker?
don't know his name period, just like at all. With Walker, and every single one of us is just gonna be like
Stabbing
steroid,
ourselves.
and we're just be like, let's go, boys.
Go.
It's gonna be brutal the next time somebody tries to fight us, and it's like, oh, this is a little bit hard. Everybody's steroid.
Yeah.
Real quick, Raph.
Mhm.
is there any way over the course of the time that we're in the States that I could acquire a hypo gun?
Well, the Thinker's Corner actually carries one.
Awesome. I'm going there. How much?
Yeah, Carl Hawks, he'll hook you up. Yeah, he'll if I can find him here. Yeah, he sells it for $1,000.
Awesome. Does he take credit cards?
Yeah, you should assume everywhere takes credit cards unless otherwise specified.
Nice. Okay, so I will.
Unless
I'll
you're doing
swipe
some
my
sort of shady
plastic.
deal.
Yeah.
Stranger.
Yeah, stranger.
I'll swipe my my plastic and acquire that hypo gun.
All right. So you add a hypo gun to your inventory, and I believe I need to get you the stats on that. And yeah,
Yep.
and again, you guys can figure out what, if you're going to hit the Camp Clancy Armory on the way out, you can figure out what resources you're going to get from there, and just make sure you guys know from each other so that you're not...
Double dipping.
Yeah, double dipping, yeah, basically.
Yeah, I'll just post
So-
really quick what I'm grabbing. It's actually not much. I'm just topping off a couple stacks.
Yeah, I've already gotten all the grenade rounds. I will take a flash though.
Oh,
I
yeah.
will take that flash. That's there.
Those flash grenades served
Only
you
one
well
flash.
last time.
I have 3 of them now.
Because she still had some left over from Scorpion, I think. And then you get
Yep.
one from the armory.
And-
I thought you got 2 from
And-
Scorpion and used 1.
No,
now she got a full stack.
I got a full stack.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I have 3. I have 3 out of 5, and I will also grab my hand at a hand grenade real quick.
All right.
Yeah, I don't need the NATO rounds because like I got a bunch.
Oh yeah, you guys are still stacked
From-
on that.
Like I still got a full stack and then a 90 out of 100 for the other one.
You're ready to
So,
start
like,
spitting lead.
Yeah. Got my launcher loaded. Got everything else loaded. Still got a toxic gas grenade on me. Oh yeah. we're
Oh wait,
ready.
no. I'm not even at Camp Clancy.
Well, it's assumed that you would have been able to get one on the way back because you're on the same flight as them coming back to the States. So.
I went straight to Italy.
Oh, did you? I thought I assumed you were on the flight with them when they headed to the airport, since you were talking to them there. But
Yeah, I only met up with them to have that.
oh, so then
conversation,
you went
and
from
I
that
headed straight
airport
out.
straight to Italy.
Or yeah, I guess I probably could have gone straight to Germany actually, so I didn't need to do anything in
That's
Italy.
true. Yeah.
But
oh well.
that's just
I'm
where
sure
I've
you
been hanging
have.
out.
You got enough ammo as is, right?
I do have a lot, but I can't take that off the
Yeah.
armory just yet. But it's not gonna run out at anytime soon. Still,
Mhm.
I'm just not at full. That's the only difference.
Hey, Raph, I have a really quick question
Yep.
about how this hypo gun works.
Yep.
Because I haven't used one yet. So it's the same modifier to hit, right?
To hit is, well, let's see what it says. Because I'm pretty sure it's a ranged attack.
Really?
Oh, but because this has gone over in a certain part of the rule book, but
Okay.
because you're casting crafted tools, you can use your tool attack modifier instead of your ranged attack modifier.
Okay. So casting or tool attack mod.
Mhm.
8. Got it. Gotcha. And then what do I put down for like? Because it's not technically doing damage, right?
It depends
So-
on what you shoot out of it.
Well, yeah, I suppose.
it's just a delivery method.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
a delivery method. The ammunition that you use defines what its
Okay.
function is.
It just allows you to do it at range.
Yeah, anything
Okay.
anything that you craft that is a needle can be used at range with that weapon.
It's
Nice.
really good.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah.
No medic should be without one. Alright. Good to know.
I pretty much only used it to steroid people from a distance.
And trank people a lot.
and
Yeah,
trank people.
apparently.
I still have a tranquilizer, and I've been wondering who I want to use it on.
And find
I
some poor
also
soul in
have-
the bathroom and just like, you.
Sorry about this, buddy.
I also have two level tranks that I have not used.
Oh, man.
Oh man, I forgot to finish doing some of my Muramasa stats, and my to hit with this weapon is stupid.
Yeah, man. First legendary weapon.
It's actually dumb.
So, if everyone's all geared up and gotten everything that you need, are you guys looking to start arranging your flights to Johannesburg?
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm set.
All right. So as you guys prepare to depart, you guys are actually met with Chauncey on the way out of Camp Clancy. And he talks to you guys. He's like, so, you're looking to head out for the next mission then?
Yeah. Figure we'll go through and get this settled and handled as best as we can.
Good. So, look, I guess I just wanted to say to you guys, I won't be coming along with you on this mission. You see, back at Tokyo, I had a bit of a realization. I mean, it just seems like so much of my life is passing me by, and I got so much work still to do on the home front, and seeing that you guys kicked butt on your own without me, although, granted, the Manifold got away with the virus, it's still, you guys do pretty well. And as much as I love the front lines, you guys seem to have that situation on lock. And plus, I'm not exactly resting too well knowing that Camp Clancy is, vulnerable to attack while I'm away. I mean, I have everyone on high alert, but, if that Feliciano guy that's been sneaking around decides to come for this place, well, I want to be here to protect my home. So, I'll stick behind for this op. But you guys know the mission, you know what the BSAA needs. I'm giving you my medic. I'm giving you my engineer. You guys should do well. Just make sure the Manifold doesn't get away with this virus. And kill another one of their lieutenants if you can.
Now I will definitely try that if we see one.
Well, I trust you all will keep me posted.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck out there.
I'd still walk over and just extend a hand.
And Chauncey,
Like a nice handshake.
Chauncey nods and just gives you a nice firm grip at the forearm and just shakes your hand. I
She's
trust
like,
you.
don't worry. We got this.
And with that, he lets you guys go. So, you guys make arrangements and board your flights heading to Johannesburg. And you should arrive by the next day. So, that is going to be, I think, where we end tonight's session. Because that's a good stopping point, and when you touch down in Johannesburg, things are gonna get going. So,
All right.
Don't say that.
All
I
right.
got my G36 ready.
you're gonna come off the plane, guns a-blazing.
I got my steroids ready.
But yeah, that's gonna be where we end for tonight. So thank you all very much for watching. That was a bit of an interesting session. I didn't expect that to be a particularly roleplay heavy one, but it really was.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you all very much for watching. It was nice to see Krista again, as Sparrowtoe's in the chat. I don't know if she was through for the entire thing, but nice to see you popping in our streams as of late. So we'll be back next week with the next episode, the next installment in this arc. And I guess Mr. G is the new Scorpion now.
This is true.
So, till then, we'll see you guys later. Peace. Squared. Have a good night. God bless.
Good night, your dreams, all the good things.